History has been made as Bitcoin is now officially legal tender in El Salvador. I'm Kris Merkel, and we've got the full story right here on the Exodus Crypto News. El Salvador's Bitcoin law went into effect this Tuesday, making it the very first nation to adopt Bitcoin as a sovereign currency. With the new law in place, Bitcoin is considered legal currency and merchants are required to accept it. Work on the new system is progressing quickly, and there are already stories of people using the Bitcoin Lightning Network to pay for their meals at McDonald's. By adopting Bitcoin, El Salvador can at least somewhat distance itself from US monetary policy and the American financial system. This definitely has its advantages for them. For example, the Venezuelan president is trying to access $2 billion in gold that's being held in a British bank. However, he is being refused to the gold on the grounds that he is not the rightful president of the country. So all questions aside, such a thing would never happen with Bitcoin. With crypto, you can be your own bank. And as long as the government controls the keys to their own Bitcoin, nobody can seize their assets or prevent them from sending a transaction. Now, all that being said, it's important to present both sides of the story. Although the crypto community is cheering for El Salvador's adoption of Bitcoin, not everyone in the country is happy with the move. Now, there are plenty of merchants who would rather not have to deal with cryptocurrencies at all. And the same goes for ordinary citizens who might resent having a new currency forced upon them. This is especially true for older citizens who might have trouble using even the simplest Bitcoin wallet. Now, crypto might be a right fit for some people at this moment, but forcing it upon an entire country might have been something of an overreach. Well, all that being said, in the long run, there's a very good chance that adopting Bitcoin is going to be a net positive for El Salvador. 70% of El Salvadorians don't have access to financial services, and a Bitcoin wallet might be the best way for the unbanked people to securely store their savings. In terms of how Bitcoin can benefit the average person in El Salvador, it all comes down to remittances. An astonishing 23% of El Salvador's GDP comes from international remittances, i.e. citizens of El Salvador who are working abroad and sending money back home. The problem is that sending money home with traditional services like Western Union or the banking system is slow and expensive. These services are far more costly than Bitcoin, especially the Lightning Network, which is virtually free to use. In all, President Nayib Bukele has estimated that using Bitcoin's Lightning Network for remittances could save El Salvadorians $400 million in fees every year. However, banking analyst Mario Gomez Lozada estimates that the number could be closer to $1 billion in savings per year. That's a huge number given that El Salvador's GDP in 2019 was $27 billion. To get Bitcoin off the ground, the government is offering $30 of free BTC to anyone who downloads the official Chivo Bitcoin wallet. Also, the government recently announced that they have bought the dip and added an additional 200 BTC to their position, giving them a total of 400 BTC on their books. So, connect all the pieces, the government in El Salvador, largely under the president's influence, has instituted a Bitcoin mandate. And that's drawn a lot of criticism, especially from people and businesses who don't want to deal with Bitcoin. And it's totally understandable, and the government definitely could have handled this a little better. However, at the end of the day, the country is doing something groundbreaking and forward-thinking. Adopting Bitcoin as a national currency is going to save people hundreds of millions of dollars a year in remittances and also give everyone a chance to securely store their money without having a bank account. 3 cheers for El Salvador, and hopefully it's not long before other countries follow in their footsteps. And if you would like to learn more about the Lightning Network and how you can use it to send fast, practically free Bitcoin payments, be sure to check out this video. And thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, hold on.